Hello. I meant to get a cake to celebrate my 100 subscribers, and I've also accomplished like hella other shit. So this cake is just going to be meant for that period. But this is the specific cake that I want to put it over here because the sun is out. This is the cake. This is the cake. I don't got no candles. I'm doing what I can with what I got. Just pretend like the candles are there. It doesn't matter. The whole point of this is just to have a cake. It's my celebration cake. God bless this. I hope this is. I don't have no place. Like I said, I'm working with what I got. I just had sushi, so I'm going to use the top to cut my piece of cake. I just want you to be here with me when I cut it. There's a dog over there. I don't want no dog to come and run up and take my cake. I'm going to be mad as fuck. Hold on. This is exactly what I had in mind when I said I wanted a cake. So I'm excited. And I'm going to just, I guess, cut it in the camera. I'm lucky trying to watch that dog. I don't need nobody running up behind me. And I could do a thin piece because this is pretty. This is my cake. Sorry. Got it. Let me put this down. Hold on. Hold the fuck up. I was trying to show it, but girl, never mind, because I'm gonna be mad as fuck if it falls. My cake is right there. I'm gonna share a piece. I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Bye. Hello. I was in the shower when I had the idea that rebellion has always saved my life. I'm typically the type of person that tries to do the best I can at everything. I try to not portray a certain image, but I try to just, kind of keep things a little mild for the sake of everyone else. When I'm honestly not a mild person. I'm really not. But I've been feeling very free lately. And I say that because I feel like I haven't been keeping it mild. I've been just keeping it Caitlin. And because I'm keeping it Caitlin, I am ruffling up some feathers, but at the same time, I feel free. So it's like, girl, it's either you or me. And I'm at the point where I don't have it in me to suffer for nobody else. Like, I don't. But I say rebellion has saved my life because the first time I feel like I've ever just like had people at their wits end with me. I'm sorry. It was when I was in ninth grade, or towards the end of ninth grade, and I ended up getting kicked out the house. I always think about the trajectory of that whole situation. How as soon as I got kicked out, everything changed and everything got better. And I'm the type of person, I've been changing shit up all my life. Like I've always been in situations where I had to switch everything up, start from scratch. I literally have to just basically start life over from nothing but just me several times. So yeah, getting kicked out was nothing for me. I was just like, damn, at least I have another home to go to. That's all I can say. But I basically got kicked out. I didn't really have clothes. Like I literally had to start from scratch. And this would have been like my maybe third time at that point having to build my life up. The first couple of times it was with, trusted adults or whatever. Or trusted adults or whatever. But that time when I got kicked out, I kind of was on my own. So that I would say it was tough, but I'm going to say it's tough because of the stuff that I had to kind of come to realization about. Like I've had a lot of isolated, excuse me, excuse me. I've had a lot of isolated moments where I had to assess the trajectory of my life from the past up into that point that I was at. And in those moments, it's real when I realized that I was actually my own individual. Before then, it just felt like I kind of moved in a pack, if that makes sense. It felt as though, hmm, I feel like this is making me realize something else, but it felt as though I I guess I could say I wasn't my own person. And I say that because I didn't have the ability to just really make not ideas, make decisions on my own. Everything that I did had to go through somebody. Everywhere I turned, somebody will be next to me. Like I literally had no alone time because I'm at school around hella people. I come back home around hella people. We had like 6 people in the house. We had enough rooms, but I still shared a room. So it was like, it was just too much going on. It was just too much. It was just too much. It was just too much. So yeah, it wasn't until I got kicked out that I actually had time alone. And that's when I realized like I genuinely love myself so fucking much. Like there's nothing better than coming home and not having niggas in your ear. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I love my sisters down, but girl, there's nothing better than coming home and just being in your own bed or picking and choosing if you feel like talking, if you want to talk. That's when I recognize I have a voice and I have a choice. Like I could choose if I want to do this. I could choose if I want to interact with people. I could choose if I want to respond to whatever the fuck you talking about. Like I have a choice. But before then I didn't feel like I had a choice. And it wasn't even a matter of me feeling like it. I didn't know I could have a choice cuz we just didn't operate like that in the house. But yeah, I just had a say so over my life, so I really felt like more independent. And that's when I realized I fuck with independency. Like I do. Like that's my lane right there. Like I fuck with that. But it was hard because I kind of had to deconstruct from that and break down from that. Kind of reassess, all the shit I caused, all the mayhem and havoc that I wreaked. I had to reassess all of that. I had to kind of figure out who I was as a person. And mind you, I'm like 15. Yeah, I'm 15 at this point. And that was hard for a 15-year-old. Like, girl, I'm still a baby, literally. So that was something within itself. But I do feel like it is why I am the way I am now, and probably why I love myself the way that I love myself now, because that's just when I recognize that things do not always have to be um so similar, just so stuck and stagnant. I've never liked stagnancy, but I didn't recognize half of the shit that I never liked until I moved out or got kicked out. And life just changed for me. Girl, it was just so different. And I was like so grateful that I even felt like I didn't want to just operate. I don't know. It was like my body just knew. I was just tired of the restriction. And I'm glad that I, acted out on a rebellion. But it was just the idea of what I would have, like the consequences. That's just what was fucking with me. Cause it was like I was getting my ass beat, y'all. I was getting my ass beat. I was getting beat. And matter of fact, before I got kicked out, that was the last beating I've ever gotten from my mama. Girl, that was something. She tore my behind up, and girl, I don't know. I'll be saying that I probably wouldn't do it all over again, but it was definitely worth it. Like that ass whipping was worth it. That I would even call it an ass whipping. Like that was a full body beating. Like that shit was worth it in order to break out of the break out of the system. And her whole idea was trying to, I guess, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that. That's too deep. But she didn't want me to leave at first, but it came to a point where she was like, "Girl, fuck it, bye." So I'm grateful for that. But she did that with the intentions of me not having the strength to build myself up. I've never been a dummy, and everybody knows this. This is what fucks with me. Like, I've never been an idiot. Everybody knows this. I've always been able to exceed hella shit during the hardest times. Like, that wasn't my first hard moment of life. I've been going through shit since I was probably like 8. Mm. But I guess she don't know about the times where I had to kind of build myself up within those tough moments either, because that's a whole nother thing. Like, low key has always been me, but we're not gonna get into that. So yeah, I don't think she knew what I was capable of. She had the expectation that I would go over there, not succeed. I would go over there and be lacking and want to come back. But I went over there and I knew I did not want to come back. I was like, bro, whatever I gotta do, I will do it. But I refused to go back living the way that I was, because that was just so miserable for me. Like, I used to be so suicidal because of that situation. It was like, no, I just can't. Like, I obviously I'm being shown that there's more to life. So I want to explore that. I want to be able to see how much further I can go, or see what else I can accomplish. Because to be quite frank, I've never seen myself ever being kicked out. Like, I was the good child. Everybody else would be getting in trouble. I was the good child. So the fact that I got kicked out, that was so crazy for everybody. Like, that was literally so fucking crazy for everybody. Life is funny as fuck, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, I was like, girl, whatever I gotta do. Like, I ended up getting a job. Um, I started having to pay for like my school stuff. Like, I did what I needed to do in order to survive and maintain. And uh, at that point in time, I was going to a school that I did not fuck with. I was around hella white people. Like, I'm not racist or nothing, but put me around my folks. I'm so sorry. I just put me around my people. If you want me to be authentic, put me around my people. So I was going to a predominantly white school, and my daddy was like, if you do good, you get good grades. We could put you back around your people. You just gotta show me that it's worth it. And so I didn't talk to nobody. That my 10th grade year, I talked to nobody except a couple black people. So it's Black History Month, except for a couple black people. And then I made good grades. I did really, 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 really well in that school. I did so well. And I ended up, going to the school of my choice and actually graduating from there top 10. That's neither here nor there. But no, it's just the idea. I feel like the whole situation proved so much to me, simply because of me recognizing that I did not want to be in a situation, recognizing that my circumstance was uncomfortable and I wasn't willing to just put up with bare minimum stuff. And I didn't even know that was the bare minimum for me at the time. I just knew it didn't feel comfortable and I didn't want to have to live like that. I just knew I'm not even gonna say I knew there. I knew there was more, because I didn't. Um, but you only know so much, especially as a child. You only know so much about your circumstance until you start like branching off and going into different places of the world, which is why the trajectory of like hood lifestyle, it kind of fuck with me a little bit. And that's why like a lot of people don't go far, because you just so used to being in a certain area, you so used to seeing certain things, and it corrupts your mind and all type of shit. But anyways, yeah, like that really did something to me as a person, and it definitely boosted my confidence within myself as a person. But I guess the entirety of the situation didn't really register until recently, because I had another moment where I kind of just, I'm not gonna say I was doing stuff that would like get me kicked out, but I was placed in a situation where I had to speak up and kind of defend myself, and within that, it kind of got a little rowdy, and it was just like, girl, well. I'm still standing on what I'm saying, so that like it is what it is. And I feel like to my family that would seem as though it's rebellious or, maybe in their heads they're probably thinking she reverted back to 15-year-old Kaylin. Whole time that's just always been me and that's just always been who I really wanted to, I'm not gonna say portray myself as, but that's just me. That's just me. And I'm whole time I'm doing certain things in order to make things digestible for y'all. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. I don't like the fact that niggas can't talk and speak their mind without people feeling like attacked. It's like it don't be as deep. I really think a lot of shit is not that deep. And I just come from a family where everything is just so dramatic. Everything is that deep. And I kind of reprogrammed my mind to like not be insensitive to certain things, but at the same time, when it comes to me and something that I believe in, something that I want to stick to, just like I respect other people's beliefs, I'm about to force everybody else to respect my motherfucking beliefs because I just can't. I just cannot. I can't. And I can't do closed mindedness. I can't do systematic thinking. I can't. I was never that type of person. And they kind of forced me to be that person growing up. So they're so used to seeing me be quiet. They're so used to seeing me timid. They're so used to seeing me being performative. And girl, I don't want to do that. So yeah, I kind of showed my ass and everybody been I don't know, the energy has just been different, but I've been good. I've been happy. I literally have been feeling free. And I honestly feel like I'm at the point where there's just no bone in my body that wants to hold back. It's like that point of when you get tired, like I got tired when I was 15. When you get tired of doing certain shit, you just don't give a fuck no more. I'm tired of doing certain shit and I don't give a fuck no more. So it's just different situations. What they say, I don't know. I'm gonna just say it's the same word, different fonts. Same word, different fonts. Same story, different narrator. Well, it's the same narrator. You get the gist. You get the gist. But yeah, this is that. Rebellion has always made me feel more free as a person. I feel like it's definitely rebellion is like the idea of just simply stepping outside of the box. And maybe because I was able to do that, it kind of freed my mind a little bit more because I do feel like I've been more creative as of late, as of recently. And my art has been showing my rebellion, actually. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, that's just that. And it's so crazy how art tells a story. I actually start, I just not what I'm going to say. I actually recently started paying attention to the type of art that I create. Typically, is nature, fire, or like something like this, where it kind of portrays me in like a world of other people. I'm gonna always be the one that stands out in my art when it comes to me. If it's just, or if it's something like this, you're gonna be able to tell who I am. The only person that's not looking like everybody else. But yeah. As of recently though, like I've been very drawn to fire. I love fire. I don't know, it's just something about it. I really love fire. And I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know, but I've always felt connected to fire and I feel like fire has followed me all my life actually. But that's neither here nor there. Maybe it's passion. I don't know. Cuz I feel like if I was to say that to somebody else, they would instantly think about like I guess rebellion, maybe like arson or something, but it was never the idea of arson with me. It was just like I feel like fire is me. I am fire. I don't have the ability to. I'm not gonna say I don't have the ability. I just haven't had the ability to always show that. Or when I did show it, it was kind of chaotic. I feel like it's more contained now. Like I could show my fire without burning everything down. There we go. But yeah, that's just life for me recently. So don't be afraid to rebel. I guess it just depends on what your idea of rebellion is. Because over here, I call what I do rebellion because these niggas would go ballistic, insane, all type of shit. If they knew the stuff that really, if they knew what I really be wanting to do, I be feeling like niggas would disown me. I don't know, but I don't mind that, you know, whatever to keep life flowing. But that's neither here nor there. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.